Hello, my name is Brittany Brown, and today I'm presenting recommendations for a formal change management process at Meadowview Hospital. To give a brief overview of Meadowview Hospital, it's a 211-bed acute care facility that has a positive community reputation. They have a newly restructured IT department that is led by a chief information officer, and they are beginning the acquisition and implementation of electronic health records. Recently, it's become clear that incorporating a formal change process would be helpful for the organization. In order to understand why Meadowview Hospital is implementing change management, understanding what change management is and what it does helps to provide some additional context. Change management is defined as the process of continually renewing an organization's direction, structure, and capabilities to serve the ever-changing needs of internal and external stakeholders. In order to be effective, it needs leadership, language and vision, connection and trust, incentives, planning and implementing, and iterating. So why is change management important for Meadowview Hospital? Recently, a nurse from one department requested changes to a section of nursing documentation in one of the electronic forms and contacted a member of IT to assist them. The IT analyst was quick to assist the nurse with the changes without realizing that other departments also use this form. This resulted in some negative unintended consequences that impacted another department at the hospital during some of their busy operating hours. The issues quickly became apparent when the IT help desk began receiving calls and emails that this issue was occurring. And after a few hours of troubleshooting, the form was reverted back to its original status. This recent incident highlights that there's a need for a formal change management process, policies, and procedures to be implemented at Meadowview Hospital, since they don't currently exist. As a result of all of this, leadership at Meadowview has voiced support of implementing a formal change management team that will contribute to the long-term evolution of the organization, and their work will be separated into 3 categories. The 3 major categories are planning, implementation, and communication. The planning phase will consist of regular meetings of a newly instated change management committee. The committee will create policies and procedures that will be used throughout the hospital. During the implementation phase, change management roles and types will be established, and there will be extensive planning, testing, and implementation of these newly crafted policies and procedures. And then finally, communications will be shared out with employees using multiple mediums. And our next slides will dive deeper into what each category will contribute to Meadowview. So the Change Management Committee will meet weekly or monthly, depending on the committee's overall needs and the volume of incoming requests. The committee will consist of stakeholders throughout the hospital to incorporate multiple schools of thought and perspectives, and this will also contribute to overall employee buy-in. The committee will create policies and procedures, including a change request form that will be required for any requested updates to the systems. The policies, procedures, and forms will contribute to a structured approach to changes, both large and small, at Meadowview Hospital. During the implementation phase, change management roles and change types will be classified and assigned. And by categorizing the roles and change types, the appropriate individuals will be involved in making changes, respecting that, maybe a larger change requires a senior level approval, where small, low consequence changes can be performed with lower approval channels. The planning, testing, and implementation of the changes will align with the newly crafted policies and procedures. There will be extensive planning, testing, and implementation in an effort to identify any potential challenges and barriers prior to the full organization launch. So to relate this back directly to our recent incident, the change to the electronic health form would require approval from the individual's manager as well as the system's database administrator. So this would be an opportunity for a direct supervisor to review and ask any clarifying questions, as well as an administration from IT who could review the number of individuals who have access to this form, like read-write access, and identify if that change can be made without additional review. And once the change management committee feels confident that the planning and implementation phases are stable, communications will be distributed throughout Meadowview Hospital to alert employees of the official new policies and procedures. The email communications will come directly from the change management team, including a rollout email introducing the new processes, and any subsequent communications will also come from that team. Also, recruiting employee ambassadors will assist in effective communications that are sent out. So influential employees are great for lending a hand and helping to spread the positivity and incorporate buy-in organization-wide. So in conclusion, implementing change management at Meadowview Hospital is going to meaningfully contribute to adjustments in their day-to-day practices. Incorporating evidence-based research and industry best practices will allow for thoughtful adjustments to be made as needed. Tying all of this in with clear communications from a strong leadership team, including employee ambassadors, will create trust from employees that will contribute to a positive future at Meadowview Hospital. Thank you for your time. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. I'm happy to respond to those. And I look forward to your feedback.